أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh viewers. Thank you very much for joining me again. I'm Nasser Rashid. Thank you so much for watching my videos and thank you for the comments and the messages that you have sent. Inshallah, I'm grateful to you and thank you very much for watching my videos. Inshallah, at the moment I'm doing jinn possessions, jinns, magic and evil eye. I have posted 5 parts so far. Inshallah, you can view them. And mashallah, a lot of people have commented, a lot of people have sent me emails, and a lot of people have messages on my phone. Alhamdulillah, thank you so much for all the people who have commented. My email address is gate116@hotmail.co.uk. Alhamdulillah, thank you so much. And my telephone number I have given you in part 1 of jinns, jinn possessions, magic and evil eye. Mashallah, you can view them. There are around over 20 videos. Inshallah, at the moment I have 4,300 views. Alhamdulillah, they've gone up now. Thank you so much, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. Inshallah, you keep on watching, and inshallah I'll keep on posting. And you also subscribe to my channel, alhamdulillah. And as soon as I have 100 subscribers, inshallah, I will invite you all for a small dinner, inshallah, and we'll explain to you, the YouTube channel and the subscription that people have, and these scholars, the millions of people who follow them. I don't want to name anyone because people, like them and they adore them, just like the film stars and just like the politicians and the football stars. They have millions of followers, but they make millions of money. So as soon as I reach the target of 1,000 subscribers, then inshallah I'll be able to inform you that how much money they earn and what is the procedure, because there are lots of ads and that's how they make money. And you can see that a lot of film stars, a lot of superstars, cricket players, football players, they have this YouTube channel and they have millions of followers and millions of subscribers. Some of these, this is how they make money, by ads, and all over the world. It's beamed and people view and watch these videos, and that's why they make money, and that's how these companies work, through ads. So inshallah, I'm a small person, ordinary guy, just started recently a month ago. I don't know much about it, but this is how I learned recently. Inshallah, I pick up things, alhamdulillah, very quickly, and this is I learned that there are around you need to have 4,000 hours of viewing, or you can have 1,000 subscriptions or subscribers. Then you become a part of a YouTube channel, and there can you can profit and make money. So inshallah, as soon as I hit my target, and then I will inform you. Inshallah, I will invest back in you, inshallah. And inshallah, if we make a lot of money, then inshallah we'll open up a mosque. Inshallah, this has been my desire and my wish from a young age, alhamdulillah, to have a mosque which represents a true picture of Islam, not the common mosques or these mosques that are become as social clubs and gatherings, and they don't know the understanding of meaning of mosque and how it's run. So inshallah, I'll try to represent the copy of Masjid Medina, the Mosque of Medina of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how it was done at that time and how it was done later during the companions, and how this can be done in the same way, just that the ibadats are the same, the namaz, the prayers, everything is the same. It's just the modern technology is done where you have the fans or the air conditioning or the carpets, but the prayers is the same. So that's all it is, changed. As the means of communications have changed. Before they had camels and horses and mules. Now you have cars and ships and planes. So it's the same. It's the travel mode. It's the, traveling communications or advanced technologies have built, but the ibadats or the principles of Islam remain the same. There's no change. And this is how the Maulvis fool you and say bidah hasana and bidah this and bidah that. You must remember this. This is on a lighter note. I don't want to divert into the ocean. Alhamdulillah. Is that this lighter note, because when I start, I give you some sort of information to lighten your mood before I start the serious subjects. And what happens is that this is how they start with bidah this, bidah that. You must remember, and that the prayer is the same. There's no change. No one can change that. The bidah asana means, or bidah as new bidah means something concerning the worldly matters. For example, we have fans in the mosque, we have air conditioning in the mosque, but the namaz is the same. The rules and regulations are the same. There cannot be no change. Okay, so this is what it means. That you have speakers now. You have, phones to communicate. This is bidah hasana with the worldly matters. In the religion, it's the same. You cannot add anything. You need to understand this clearly in your mind. I know we have bid'ahs and innovations, and many in the Brelvi sect and other sects as well. They've branded their own versions. But what happens is that nobody, I told you, nobody on the face of this earth at this moment in time represents a true picture of Islam. The only person, the green hats, the yellow hats, the orange hats, the white hats, the black hats, any hat represents his own sect. That's it. And he takes things from the authentic of these books, the Sahihan, and which is Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, and the other hadith books, Abu Dawud, Tirmizi, Ibn Majah, and Sunan Nasai, and many other books, Muta Imam Malik, Musnad Ahmad, many, alhamdulillah. So they take hadith which suits them. That's it. Nobody represents a true picture of Islam. And this is one of the wisdoms of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the team that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is looking for. Who is the best player among the sects? Alhamdulillah, I'm a candidate for a Muslim team, true Muslim team. Alhamdulillah. And that's why I'm training this Ar-Rahman network to make many true Muslims, so that on the day of judgment they are with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They are with the Ahl Bayt, they are with the companions, they are with Abu Bakr, with Omar, with Usman, with Ali is his family, Ahl Bayt. So this is, you need to understand, this is the team that I'm trying to make. Inshallah, one day Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide us to that, to that place of the team. This is how it is. So there's no true picture of Islam. So everybody's invented bid'ahs, and they think this is this evidence and that evidence. And that is with the worldly matters. Okay, one of the classic examples we find, just on a lighter note, Travis, a lot of Travis, people say Travis and these Brelvis, and they say Travi, V, like V means 20, so it's V, how they invented. But anyway, Travi is a very, one of my favorite topics, but inshallah I'll come to that another day. So you must understand the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in authentic hadith, Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, and other hadith books, led the prayers of Taraweeh or Qiyamul Lail or Tahajjud. This is the same prayers. They have given different names in the Quran. Is Tahajjud, which was compulsory on the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Qiyamul Lail, okay, it's got many words. So Witr, Qiyamul Lail, Tahajjud, and now in the modern word they added Taraweeh to it. Okay, so these are the 4 names of one nama prayer. Okay, you must understand the history, and it's better for you to understand how Maulvis have invented things, have led you to their income, basically. Anyway, so this was authentic hadith. One of the Maulvi, once I was listening, say, where kahan saboot hai? Because this is what they teach them in the madrasas, those some set of books they read and that's it. Just like in university and colleges, they read books and that's it, then qualified and that's it. That's how they come out and work, professionals. These are the same professionals, workers earning money, but taking religion as a profession. So this in Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, other hadith books, it is mentioned, the Aisha Siddiqa Radhiyallahu Ta'ala anha has said that the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, whether Ramazan or non-Ramazan months, any other months or none Ramadan months, he used to read 11, including 3 witrs. Subhanallah. So 8 rakats of tahajjud and plus 3, that's 11. So in the time of Ramadan, the Prophet ﷺ led the companions for 3 days in the mosque, in the Masjid al-Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. 3 days. He led the prayers, and on the 4th day he did not come. So the companions of the Sahaba were waiting in the mosque. The next day, when the Prophet ﷺ arrived on the Fajr time, the same day, okay, you must understand that. The same night, the companions were waiting, the Prophet ﷺ will come. So in the Fajr time he came. He did not come the night time. Okay, he didn't do that. So he came in, and the companions asked, Ya Rasulullah, we were waiting, you didn't come. And the Prophet ﷺ said, Subhanallah, he is Raufur Rahim, Alhamdulillah. He said that I didn't want to come. I didn't came because I thought if I come, then these namaz would have come compulsory upon you. Subhanallah. Because he knew, it's sometimes hard for people to read, regular Taraweehs. It's all right for elderly people, they got nothing to do. These are like retired people, sitting in, gurdwaras and other places and sit there and gossip, and that's it. This is easy for them, obviously, but for people who are working and in the foreign land, it's quite hard. For even the Muslim world, sometimes people find it very hard. So this is how it is. So subhanallah. So that is what happened during the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he used to read 8. He read 8 in the mosque, and 3 witrs were 11. That's it. People used to read, and some people would read at home, and that's the tahajjud namaz, the qiyam al-layl. So during the time after the wasal, or the death of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the turn was Abu Bakr. You must remember that these Maulvis are so wrong and led the masses that those who don't read Taraweeh, their roza is not accepted, is wrong. They're saying it so that a lot of people come in and give them the money, because if there's less income, basically. So this is time Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu. During his time, there was no Taraweeh, no Imam led the prayers, and they knew that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam ordered us so that, because it's not farz. So they used to come in and read in the mosque in different groups, and some of them read at home, and there were, wars going on. So it was, different at that time, so nothing happened. During the early term, the Abu Bakr's reign is, in the early years of Umar Farooq's reign, or his rule, as the rightly guided caliph, he didn't do it. One day, you must remember this and clearly understand it, please. Like I always give you history to understand the matters and how they develop. So one day he was, because he was a rightly guided caliph. He was very just man, alhamdulillah. He's one of my favorites. He was walking. That was his habit. At night he would walk through the streets of Medina, and he was walking with one of the companions, and he was walking through, that he used to look at people, how they are, if they can, help, anything that, this is how Islam is all about. This is what you see now, the feedbacks and what people say and how the government changes the policy. This is Umar for you. So he used to walk in the streets of Medina, and he's walking. He saw a lot of people, reading during the Ramzan time, that reading, prayers in different places. And he said that, would it not be nice that if we appoint one imam, and that, all read, and this will, the Prophet ﷺ did this. You must understand this. He did not invent this. This is how people go wrong. He did not add this thing, that he revived the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. This is very important. Just like if I have a cat, the umama white one day, and I come in front of you, inshallah, one day I will come, and it's not that this is new. This is the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, and if people see me, my children wear it, or other people wear it, it's same. It's no bidah. This is the same what the Prophet ﷺ used to do. I'm just giving an example. So what happened was that Umar Farooq said that, why we appoint imam? So he appointed one companion as the imam and led the prayers. And he went. He never read himself. And in the hadith, you read in say Bukhari, say Muslim, the Maulvis never say this. That's why I say they're doomed. They're like Jews, because they used to keep one part of Torah and never told the public, and told them one part. These Maulvis do the same. They take the context and the ayahs of the Quran out of context, and also they don't tell the public the full hadith. They tell what suits them, the half part of it, just like the Jews. That's why I say they're doomed. So in the second part of these, what happened was that Umar appointed a companion imam. So they started reading that, and he went. So he never read himself. So another time he came back and he saw and he said, Subhanallah, what a good thing. But in the end, he said the best way it would be that if people would read this prayer in the later night. Subhanallah. This is tahajjud. This is the best reward is for the one who reads a Taum in a later stage. And this is why the Shias don't read it. That is the reason. This is why the Shias don't have no Taraweehs and other things. It is true that this is what Umar Farooq has said in Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Raziyallahu ta'ala anhu. So this is why the Shias don't read Taraweehs. They read at home, is Tahajjud namaz. So then it was 11, and then it carried on. So this is a people say this is a bid'ah, hasana bid'ah. This is not a bid'ah. This is what the Prophet ﷺ already did. There's another misconception that the person was sleeping and Umar introduced as-salatu khairum min an-nawm. That's also wrong. Anyway, inshallah, I'll come to another day. So this is very important for you to understand. So this is innovation. So as I was saying, I'm going to go into the different topic. But what I wanted to tell you is that, and that inshallah, the reason I was speaking of some subscriptions, and this is how there's no true picture of Islam. The mosque that inshallah I'm hoping will be a true picture of Islam to the best of my knowledge. Inshallah, the money that will come, and I will see how much it comes, and I will tell you inshallah, because you are my viewers and you are my followers and you are my team. Yes, from Ar Rahman network. Those who watch this video, those who subscribe to my channel, they are in the team, inshallah, and I will take you to the way of Jannah. I'm from Ar Rahman network, right? I have no worldly gains. I don't need money, anything. If Allah gives me, then I'm gonna spend back on you, because you are the people who have increased my viewing time, and you are also the people who have subscribed to my channel. So inshallah, I will invest back in you and call you when there's 100 subscribers, inshallah. Then I'll upload a video and invite you at a place. Inshallah, I will see who the people are, and then you can eat the food and then relax. Just inshallah, a formal meeting face to face, alhamdulillah. And in the future, if the money comes in, inshallah, then I will buy a mosque, and inshallah I'll try to speak from there, alhamdulillah. And I will tell you how much we have got in our account, because I will not keep any money in the bank. It's haram. These Maulvis and these mosques have millions of pounds, giving interest. Astaghfirullah. The interest is on the money, okay? And this is another deep issue, inshallah, Allah has given me knowledge. And the interest is with money. With a mortgage or anything, or a car, that's not interest, okay? You must understand this clearly. I know if your taqwa is higher, yes, alhamdulillah, you can do anything you want. That's your level of your iman, alhamdulillah. But you must remember that anything that you buy from the bank, or anything you buy a telephone or a phone from me, and I say, you need to give me £100 and now you have to give me £5 a month, that's not interest. The interest that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or during the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the companions and the rightly guided caliph, is connected to the money. That the money is £5,000 I give you, and I say I need you to give me back 10,000. This is haram. This is haram. Okay, so the money that the banks lead is they take money of you to lead the. I know there's, it's like it's corruption, but that's how it is. The money, anything that comes with money dealing, and a material comes in, or entity comes in, or some sort of a house or a car or a motorbike you buy, that's not interest. You must understand that this is not interest. This is something else. We should avoid it, because this is the meaning of that hadith that the Prophet ﷺ said in Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, that no Muslim till the end, during the ends of time, or during the wordings I'm missing, is that he said that everyone will the smoke of interest every house will get. That's the general meaning. The exact wordings are not this, but this is what it means, that the effect of interest every house will have it. So this is how we have interest, with car insurances, with bank dealings and other matters. As a human being, we try to do less. For example, we can't have 10 houses, and yes, you can do business property. Yeah, that's okay, as long as you pay the zakat and all that, and you take the interest. I will, inshallah. Zakat is a very important topic in the modern age here in England, or in the West. I'm talking about. I'm not talking about Pakistan. The people are there. They can do and deduct whatever they want. But inshallah, my aim always been be here in the Muslims in the West, and especially in England, and the local Muslim community from Chakswari and Tangdiho and other Sasral and other regions that from within the Chakswari and the Mirpur district. The Sadalo people who have no knowledge, and these Maulvis and Peers from Pakistan have hijacked them, or from Kashmir, Kotli and others, and they've gone into a different world. That's the reason my aim is for you people, alhamdulillah, and it's for larger people. If they listen to it, inshallah, Allah will give them a reward. So this is the subscription anyway. I'm going to a different topic, and inshallah, this is about 22 minutes I spoke. Inshallah, if there's any knowledgeable things that you found and there's some information, I give you briefly. I give you that, and sometime I always will give you some information, and there are a lot of discoveries to come, alhamdulillah. There will be about over 1,000 discoveries I've made. I've counted how many discoveries so far. There are hundreds. So inshallah, you must subscribe to my channel and pass it on to others, so that we have more subscribers soon, so I can earn the money and invest back in you, and then we can have the mosque, and inshallah, then we can read the Jummah prayers, and where we can, have prayers, regular prayers, 5 times a day without any paid Maulvi. Anybody can, so I'll teach, no other people, or can lead the prayers if I'm not available. Inshallah, so free. That's compulsory, like I said. Compulsory, like I said to you in the previous video, that namaz is first on everyone, Maulvi, Peer, and all these, and none of them read. This is the litmus test, sir. This is what the shaitan has told them, that you are angels, you are free, you don't need to read prayers. So the prayer, namaz, first in the mosque, for those who are religious. Those who are workers like us, it's okay, they're working. But I'm working myself, I have children, I have my mom issues, other issues I have. I still, go to the mosque. I find it very hard, to read the prayers of the mosque, but inshallah, I try my best. I'm working, but the Maulvi is doing nothing and is paid for nothing. So how are your namaz accepted? Mine is accepted, alhamdulillah, because I'm doing as a farz. His is not accepted, and his prayers are not accepted, according to my knowledge, because he's taking money, which is wrong and haram. So anything that you eat haram is nothing. These Maulvis have big phones, and they place it next to the masala, and I'm thinking, I don't take no phone with the mosque. Sometimes I forget if I take it, if I've gone somewhere in a rush, but normally I don't take no phone in the mosque. Anyway, so this is how you must understand, and inshallah we'll have a mosque, inshallah, and you keep on watching. This is a special video that I'm dedicating to you, my friends, and those people who watch me and have been watching me, and that have given me encouragement. And I'm grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed me with knowledge, and the ilm that I have is only from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes, I have worked, but sometimes I learn things, inshallah, through the guidance of the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Alhamdulillah. So today I'm a bit sad. I'm speaking very, in a lower tone. The reason is today is the 10th of Muharram, and 10th of Muharram is Yawm Ashur, and this is the day of the tragedy of Karbela, which happened in the year of 61 Hijri. You must remember, today is this year, the Muharram has started, is 1441 Hijri. So this is, 14 years, 1,400 years closer have passed away since this tragedy, and we remember it till this day. It happened on 10th of Muharram, and the tragedy of Karbala is the martyrdom of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The family of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the family of his Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's, beloved daughter Fatima Zahra. His son and his family were, brutally murdered by the Muslim rulers. They were not Persians, they were not Romans, they were not Christians, they were not Jews, they were not the Meccan Arabs or, non-believers. They were Muslims and Muslim rulers who killed Imam Hussain alayhi salam and his family mercilessly, without any mercy. 6 months children, Imam Ali Asghar, and Ali Akbar, 18 years old, and many children, 58, I think 60 women, children, and men were slaughtered by the army of Yazid. And this is a great tragedy in Islam. You must remember that Imam Hussain alayhi salam, I told you in the previous videos, the early ones that I posted, is that the things were so bad. You need to understand this clearly. This is not Shia Islam. Okay, you must remember, this is the family of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is, we're talking about, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam had 4 daughters. 3 of them died, and he buried them during his lifetime, the young daughters. And 2 were the wives of Hazrat Usman Ghani, radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. And 1 was wife of Hazrat Ali Karmala Waju, the Fatima Zahra, youngest daughter, his beloved daughter. And Hazrat Ali and Fatima Zahra had 2 sons, Imam Hussain and Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And they were young boys, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam loved them daily. Many hadiths, say Bukhari, say Muslim. So this is the family of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You should read. That's why I say these Maulvis are doomed, because they don't tell you if they believe in say hadith, say Bukhari, say Muslim. They read all these books. They find that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in Say Muslim, say hadith, that he's leaving you, and Qadir hadith, that he's leaving you 2 things, heavy things. One is the Quran and one is Alibat. You follow the Quran and attach to it and keep it attached to you, and that will be your guidance. And my Alibat, 3 times. Subhanallah, subhanallah. Why don't these Maulvis, Diobandis and Brelvis and other people do not say that? They don't mention that to you, for these Diobandis, these Salfis. They don't. Saudi Arabs never mentioned that. Why is that? And this is the reason, and that I was in this Friday, last Friday, I was in mosque. I go to any mosque for Jummah prayers. I don't really see which mosque it is. And I prayed, and the Maulvi was saying, 10th of Muharram is coming, people will wear black, and others, will do other things and use this fast. And believe me, they were friends of mine, and I was about to stand up. As you know, I speak, I don't really care who it is and what are the consequences. My friends and others told me not to say anything, and they grabbed me. The reason was that the Maulvi was, Jummah prayers. He was, making mockery of the day and saying other people wear black clothes and I go to my friends. I was about to tell the Maulvi that fine if they're wearing black clothes or doing whatever, but why don't you speak on the importance of the 10th of Muharram and the tragedy of Karbala in your own words? Why don't you speak? This is the family of the Prophet ﷺ we're talking about. This is the grandsons of the Prophet ﷺ. This is the family of Fatima Zahra, family of Hazrat Ali Karamullah Wajhu. We're talking about. This is the blood of Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam we're talking about. And how would you face on the day of judgment? How would they face these Maulvis? This is what I say to you. You need to understand it, sir. How would they face these Ali Hadith Maulvis, these Deobandi Maulvis, or these Sadak Cha Mullah? One of my friends used to say that. Tablighi Jamaats, I don't want to hurt anyone. These Deobandis and others, Salfis and Hadiths and Barelvis as well. The Barelvis do Shahadat Hussain, but that's not from the heart. That's just for getting income money and, get the money, eat chawals and give them extra income. That is basically. They don't do it from the heart. They just do it, just to get the money and keep the, to get the income going. How would they face on the day of judgment? To face the Prophet ﷺ. How would they see people, how would they see Hazrat Ali Karamullah Wajhu? How would they meet Hazrat Imam Hussain and Imam Hussain al-Islam? How would they see Fatima Zahra? Subhanallah. They're doomed, I'm telling you. The Prophet ﷺ said in authentic hadith, say Bukhari, say Muslim, Jami' Tirmidhi, many of these books, that Imam Hussain and Imam Hassan will be the leaders of young people in Jannah. And in Jami' Tirmidhi, it is said, the Prophet ﷺ said that Hazrat Ali Karamullah Wajhu will be higher than them. And subhanallah, in say Bukhari, say Muslim, just before the death of Prophet ﷺ, and Prophet ﷺ said few words in the ears of Fatima Zahra, his beloved daughter. And first Fatima Zahra cried, had tears in eyes, and then she smiled. And Aisha Siddiqa Raziyallahu Ta'ala anha relates in the hadith, and she says that I asked Fatima Zahra, what did the Prophet ﷺ say to you that once you had tears in your eyes and once you smiled? And Fatima Zahra alayhi said that first the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ told me that soon he'll be leaving this world. And I had tears in my eyes. And then the Prophet ﷺ said that you will be the leader of the women in Jannah. Subhanallah. Then I smiled. And another narration, it says that the Prophet ﷺ said that you will be the first one to meet me. Subhanallah, from my family. Alhamdulillah, from my Ahli Bayt. Alhamdulillah. These words are mentioned, Ahli Bayt. So this is what we're talking about. How these Maulvis with big jubbas and badi dadis and all these, dramas that they do. I always say, drama and natak. This is how they fake. They're not real. So how would they face the Prophet ﷺ? How would they say Assalamu alaikum to Imam Hussain al-Islam? How would they say to Imam Hassan, to Fatima Zahra? How would they meet? And they say we do a Quran, Hadith and a Rasul. And where is this family? And they can't even mention that. Okay, Shias, and on a lighter note, if there was no Shias in this world, in this time, who will remember Ahli Bayt and tragedy of Karbala? That be dusted? Would people listen to Nasr Hussain, who's got only 10 followers? Nobody will listen to Nasr Hussain. It's the Shias that are the louder voice in the world. And this is why you have Shias. They have their own, that's we're not here to say, debate about their religious beliefs. We are debating about the family of the Prophet ﷺ. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadan wa ali Muhammad. See, this is the family of the Prophet. You read the Rushdif and you are hypocrite, you're munafiq. All these Maulvis are doomed. You see, the reason I say is, there's authentic hadith in Sahih Muslim, another these books, that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said is that the mu'min will love Ali Bayt, and munafiq will, or hypocrite, will not love, will hate Ali. And you speak to them, any Maulvi, paid Maulvi from Ali Hadith or Deobandis and Barelvis even, and all these groups, all these sects, there are millions of sects, And if the Maulvi al-Hadith in the Greenland Mosque or other mosques, bigger mosques, and he stands up and say, today is Yom Ashur, and this is the tragedy of Karbala, Hazrat Imam Hussain al-Islam, and people say, hey, he's gone Shia, take him out, get him out of here. Even the public is bad. So this is how the Jannat is for the Mu'mins. Jannat al-Firdaus, Waras al-Firdaus. Mu'mins will be the inheritors of Jannah. So Mu'min, the Prophet ﷺ, is the one that loves Ali and Ahlul Bayt. So how can the Munafiq go to Jannah? Because they are arrogant, they hatred against Ali and Ahlul Bayt. And this is the reason, same genes have transferred. That's why I tell you, the reason I don't tell you detail about the tragedy of Karbala, because I'm weak. I tend to, shed tears. Because I have learned it over many years, from my, when I was young, I used to attend. I don't go now because I have a big beard, and people, thinking that maybe some Hadith is coming. The Shias, I do attend all, zikrs of Imam Hussain al-Islam. It's not that I learn, but I have a big beard, and probably the Shias and other people think that some Wahhabis entered, because of the, the situation and terrorism and big beards, So I don't go now, but my brother, may Allah bless his soul, he was, a great follower of Ahlul Bayt and a great lover of Ahlul Bayt. Alhamdulillah. So we used to have great debates with him, and Alhamdulillah, he was very good, Alhamdulillah, and all the people. May Allah miss all those people. But the reason is that I don't really speak to this, and this tragedy is because I'm weak and I tend to shed tears, and I don't want to do that. Anyway, today is the day of tragedy of Karbala, and I said to you that these are the grandsons of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and this tragedy has a history to it, and these great imams, and you must remember that Imam Ali is also imam. Every imam is our leader, Umar, Abu Bakr, everyone, Imam Ali, these are the highest, the trials they had. Remember, I told you that first is Adam and the last is Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The trials of this world and many of the worldly trials, Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had many trials and tragedies he had. Yes, and you must remember the first Khalifa is Abu Bakr Siddiq, the righteous one, subhanAllah. His character is also brilliant. No one can match it. Yes, then we have Umar, the great Umar. Then we have Usman. Yes, they were different, no doubt about it. There are different, there are some political issues. It's true, there's nothing to hide. And then it's Ali Karamullah Wajhu. The first is Abu Bakr. Yeah, look at this way. This is signed by the shaitan, they say. This is the two horns. Don't do that, actually. And people do like this when they go to jail. The shaitan is one, or they go to these politicians, the victory. This is shaitanic too. We just say hands, but this is also, these Pikachus and all these things are symbols of shaitan. I'll tell you that later. I go into a different topic. Anyway, so the first one, Abu Bakr, then we have Umar, then we have Usman, and we have Hazrat Ali. So first Abu Bakr, and then Ali. The most trials are by Ali subhanahu wa ta'ala. Most trials are with Ali by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The highest trials on Hazrat Ali. Yes. And he was sad, and there are history books. I don't want to get into that one. Anyway, then his two sons are martyred. His family is mercilessly slaughtered in the tragedy of Karbala. So they are the highest people. You see, it's not number one or number two. The Shias in the wrong. Shaitan has diverted them into a different road. It's the fourth one is the trial. You see, you have to understand and look at it. Look at it now. Okay, I'll go into a different ocean. Mahdi al-Islam. Yes, he is from the Ahlul Bayt. All the Muslims of the world, the Shias, the Sunnis, all groups. Barelvis, Deobandis, Al-Hadis, Salfis, Malkis, Shafis, Hanbalis, and Hanafis, and all the Sunni groups and all the Shia groups unite that the Mahdi al-Islam will be from the Ahl Bayt. The only difference between Shia and Sunni is the Shia believe that he will be the family from Imam Hussain al-Islam. The Sunnis, so we true Muslims, we say the Sunnis believe that Mahdi al-Islam will be the family of Hassan al-Islam. Subhanallah. That's the only difference. I say to them that one will be from both. One would be a daughter and one would be the son. So they're both from the Ahl Bayt's family or Alwi family. So Mahdi al-Islam is from Ahl Bayt. All the Muslims have a consensus on that. So I say that it could be, from both, because one could be a daughter, one could be the son from the other side, and so their child and his name will be Muhammad ibn Abdullah, just like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Subhanallah. So Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam started, and the end is Mahdi al-Islam. You need to understand this clearly. So when Mahdi al-Islam will appear, I'll tell you this is a big topic, big ocean. I don't know how many episodes I'll take. But when Mahdi al-Islam will come, then, he will be the ruler, the rightly guided ruler. And then Isa al-Islam will come. These are, Isa, the coming of Jesus. I'll come to another big topic. So these Maulvis should be ready. This is the same time, we are living in the same time when the descendant of Jesus will come. When Jesus was sent, these were the same time. The Romans were the rulers here in the West, and happy, clappy life, and no problem. And the poor people in the East and other places were slaves, and these Maulvis and rabbis were the rulers. And now, this is the situation now. I'm talking about with regard to Indo-Pakistan, in the subcontinent, to India, Pakistan, and the Bangladesh Muslims, or in the Indian subcontinent. You find there are two rulers. One are the politicians and one of the Maulvis and the Peers on one group, and then you have the politicians. The people are slave. But when the descendant of Jesus will come in the Middle East, and it is reported in Damascus, I've seen the place. I went to Damascus where the descendant of Jesus is reported in the mosque, and then or other narrations have said in the Middle East or Jerusalem, but this is it is the Middle East, so it's the same condition. So do you think this Maulvi will support Jesus al-Islam when he will speak the truth about the Quran and the Hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? So this is, I'm afraid, is coming. Jesus is coming. So Mahdi al-Islam is from the Ahl Bayt family. So this tragedy of Karbala, you need to understand, is that during the times, the things were so bad that Hazrat Imam Hussain al-Islam had no choice. He was the grandson of the Prophet, so he realized he had to give the life and the life of his family so that people can remember or can protect the true religion. This is why the tragedy of Karbala is for the uplift of the Muslim religion, of the Quran, the teachings of the Quran and following the Quran. That is why the Ummah was divided as it is now. You can see the Middle East situation. Syria is different, Iraq is different, everywhere. And you find these scholars and people who are on the right path, the true Muslims, always talking. They have evidence. This is how they're higher. It doesn't mean that in quantity they will be like all over the world. No, it's the quality. So when you have the evidence with the Quran or with the correct hadith, everything fades away. Nothing can stand against the ocean. Nothing can stand the Quran and the correct hadith. Nothing. This is why these people were there, and these imams had to protect the correct hadith and the Quran, and this is how we got this information from all these imams. And that's why we have the Imam Bukhari, the Muslim, other hadith books, and they are full of the praise of Ahl Bayt. The Shias don't read that. In fact, our Maulvis don't read that. That is why they have the misconception and they're fighting. That is the reason. If the Shias would read their own book, Najul Balagha, the speeches of Hazrat Ali Karmala Waju, if they read it from cover to cover, they will quieten down. They will have no issues if they're knowledgeable. Same way, if all the Sunni Muslims would read the Quran and would read the correct hadith, they're full of praises of Imam Hassan, Imam Hussain, Hazrat Ali Karamallah, and they actually highlight the blunders and the cruelty of Bani Umayyah governments and Banu Abbas and others. This you'll find. I find it. So I read it a long time ago. I find it very difficult. To sometimes digest. So that's why I go into different topics that affect us on our daily lives. I don't go into the political side. That is very dark as well. The Muslim rulers were cruel, and these are the Imams, and this is the tragedy of Karbala that has saved us. And we have this Quran, and we have this and this. If there was no tragedy, if there was no Imam Hussain, we wouldn't have this Islam with what we got now. So every Muslim on the face of the earth owes it to the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He's a guide, he's a murshid, he's a Pir Kamil Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And we owe it to the family of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So that's why Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and Ali Muhammad, and then the companions. You must understand the order is Muhammad and his family. Yes? So Hazrat Ali Karamallah Wajhu has two roles. He's family of the Prophet, and he's so rightly guided Caliph, and number 4. Yes? The Shias always fighting he should be number 1. No, he should be number 4. Number 4 is the highest trial. And that is why those true walis, this is another research I done over years of Lahore, alhamdulillah. May Allah bless my father who took me to Pakistan and found these oceans of knowledge. Alhamdulillah, I always pray for him and my family. Is that all the walis that have came during the times, I'm not talking about present one, they know nothing there because nudity and exposure and multiply 0, that's why you got no wali. They got found with them and peace, there's nothing. All the walis from the Sunni sect or the Shia sect or the true rightly guided, the Salihins came from Ali Bayt, because Hazrat Ali Karamallah Wajhu and Ali Bayt are the champions of life. This is why they call Ali and Waliullah. This is why. Because they had the trials. And Imam Zainul Abidin, because his Muharram, was the only son that was left during the tragedy of Karbala. And he saw it, he was ill at that time, and he's known as Imam Zainul Abidin or Sajjad, because he used to pray a lot. And one day, it's recorded, there again, I'll shed tears, but anyway, that's why I don't really speak. So anyway, he was during the time of Hajj, he was near the door of the Kaaba, and he was crying, "Allah forgive us, and Allah forgive us," and he was wearing ordinary clothes. We have these big cloaks and big Maulvis and all these, 10,000 people, followers, and all these cars and motorcades. So he was wearing ordinary clothes. Nobody would recognize him. He was praying and crying, "Allah forgive us, Allah, you are the highest," and praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And some few companions or tabis were there, and they looked and see, this man must be really, he must have done great sins. So when he turned around, and the companions, the people were shocked that this is Imam Zainul Abidin, subhanallah. So these are the peoples of such character, and they were the ones that are closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are special people, and people from them are the darbaris and walvis that you come now in the Middle East or in the Indian subcontinent. They are from Ali Bayt, because Ali Karamallah Wajhu, Ali Bayt are the champions. They deserve it. You see, you must understand that no companion's family or anyone is so mercilessly, killed in the plains of Karbala. No companions. And this is a great tragedy. And if you listen to it, there's not a single person who has a heart will shed tears. Maulvis don't do that. They think this is Shia. And how will they face on the day of judgment? The hypocrites, and no hypocrite will enter the Jannah. I'm afraid. The angel will say, sorry, mate, you are not supposed to go yet. Your board is different, different gate. You got to go.